Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's 9 a.m. on your Saturday, September 6th. We're officially in college football season. UTSA facing off against Texas State. That is a big one here for our area.
Absolutely. There's already people tailgating out there. They might have to dodge a shower or two, but really this weekend is going to be a pretty active weekend for the potential for some rain, but hopefully that rain can wash out the main allergen which is in the air, which is fall elm. Fall elm has climbed into the high category today. Molds are also moderate. Ragweed and pigweed are low. Now take a look at the authority radar because we already have some rain on the radar to start your weekend. Earlier we were having some rain on the east side of town, kind of close to the East Central High School, but right now, right over Bandera on the northwest side from San Geronimo to Gray Forest all the way out to Leon Springs, we've got some of these showers early this morning. There's also a light rain shower near Northwest Vista. This is the sign of an active weekend because of a cool front. This cool front is moving south, approaching San Antonio. That's why we're starting to see the downpours begin. Today there's a 40% chance, so some downpours, and tomorrow many storms with a 70% chance. Today we'll be at 90 rather. Tomorrow we'll be at 84. Now with the chance for rain comes the potential for some flooding. So I'll have the latest on keeping you safe coming up in just a bit. Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. Now to a disturbing story out of Hondo this morning where a group of people say they saw a man trying to throw a 3-month-old in a dumpster. So this is Kyle Bruce, the suspect on your screen there, after fighting with the baby's mother in Bexar County. He took the baby and left. The mother called 911 and the sheriffs chased him but stopped for safety. Later, employees at a Peerless Equipment in Hondo saw Bruce trying to throw the baby in a dumpster. They called Hondo police, who arrested him and booked him into Medina County Jail. He faces felony child endangerment and injury charges. The baby is in the hospital and is expected to recover. A death inside the Bexar County Jail this past week left one San Antonio family devastated. Their story hit close to home for so many others across our city. So a group of women have come together to form San Antonio Grieving Mothers for Justice. They're a group of moms who have lost their children in many different ways. So Lydia Leos lost her son, Julian Denna, more than 5 years ago after he overdosed inside the Bexar County Jail. She says their team is fighting together for statewide accountability and systematic change.
I find the energy because I know that no parent should have to bury their child.
The group is planning a march and rally on September 20th. As we learn where and when that happens, we'll keep you posted. Just head to KSAT.com. 2 months after the tragic Hill Country floods, Governor Greg Abbott signed into law new rules for camp safety. The new law is called the Heavens 27 Camp Safety Act. It puts several safety measures in place at camps. The biggest one would prevent cabins from being in floodplains. But some camps along the Guadalupe River were against that part of the bill. Vista Camps released a statement to alumni and parents saying the camp will no longer use 3 cabins anymore due to these new rules, even though they're not damaged or unsafe. This means 144 fewer camper spots this summer and adds to the financial strain during recovery. Now, other camps feel similarly. We wanted to know how locals feel about the new law. So our Courtney Friedman checked it out. She went to the Hill Country and spoke to survivors, leaders, and business owners. They all agree saving lives is the #1 priority. They also admit there would be some issues if camps closed.
How important are the camps to the economy here?
I would say vital. A lot of the local stores and eateries, you know, they have a big summer because of the camps. They rent from me.
So the people that we talked to agree with the safety updates and the new laws, but also hope if camps begin to suffer, communities and donors would step up to help financially. A lot of people are hoping they will wake up to a dream. News that they've won tonight's big Powerball jackpot. So no one has won the top prize in months. So the jackpot is now at $1.8 billion and counting. That's enough to buy a whole lot of dreams. It is already been a couple lucky weeks here in San Antonio where two people have actually won $1 million each in recent lottery games, including scratch-offs. So someone bought that ticket, that scratch-off winning ticket, at a Northwest Side convenience store on Thursday. Others are hoping that luck will rub off on them.
Want to win, maybe pay off my mortgage.
Probably go on a lot of trips. Bahamas, here I come.
At one store on the east side, the owner told us he is waiting for that Powerball fever to strike. He said he expected ticket sales to skyrocket throughout the day. It's 9:06 and 79 degrees. The Alamo Dome tailgate underway for the big UTSA versus Texas State game. We'll tell you what we know about ticket prices and parking.
And we have already seen some areas of rain this morning. It certainly looks like rain outside with those cloudy skies. There is the potential for you to see showers and storms. With that comes the risk for some flooding. I'll have the details coming up.
The San Pedro Branch Library is turning 95 and they're throwing it back to the 1930s to celebrate. Happening today, starting at 10:30 this morning. You can join a special ceremony and enjoy family-friendly activities like making paper kites, paper dolls, and playing with vintage toys. This library was built in 1930 with beautiful Spanish architecture. It was one of the first made for San Antonio as a branch library. After a big renovation in 2007, it still looks close to how it did back then. It's a great way to connect with local history and have some fun. I was honored to do a story highlighting the history behind San Pedro Branch Library last year. Just Google San Pedro Branch Library KSAT and that story will come up. It's a good one. Lots of history there. It's 9:10, 79 degrees. We'll be right back. All right, the World Heritage Festival is in full swing, celebrating San Antonio's historic missions. This morning, cyclists are hitting the mission trails to tour all of the missions, kicking off a full day of events. Devin Karp is live at the festival. Devin, what is it like out there, and where exactly are you?
Okay, so we're right over here at the Mission Park Pavilions over here, and I don't know if you can hear some of the music. It's a pretty fun time over here as everyone's getting ready, getting off of their 5 and 10Ks. The bike ride's going on too. I'm here with the director of the World Heritage Festival. Good morning, Colleen. How's it going?
It's going great.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming out here.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Okay, so walk me through what's everything going on here this morning.
Okay, well, right now we're waiting on the cyclists to come in.
Yeah.
And so we'll be out here. They can come out here. It's free today, Mission Park Pavilion. If they can't make it out here, we've got the World Heritage Center that opens up at 10 and is open till 5. And then our partners have events going on too. There's an all-day event at the Alamo, and there are multiple tours at San Antonio Mission's National Historical Park. So just go to worldheritagefestival.org and get the complete list of things you can do.
How wonderful is it to celebrate all the rich, deep history that's with all these missions across San Antonio? It's pretty cool because the bike riders, they get to see every one, right?
Right. If they do the 22-mile ride, they see all 5 missions. And they get a little history lesson, too, because at each mission they stop and they learn a little bit about the mission.
How excited are you for every time this comes around year after year? Because this is y'all's 10th time doing this, right?
It is, and it's the highlight for us. Of course, this is the event that we put on for the World Heritage Festival. And this year, we're looking forward to November 7th also with Restored by Light.
Awesome, wonderful. All right, last question I think I got for you. How you feel about all the tunes and everything? It seems like it's pretty rocking out here.
You know, we were just talking about these are some nostalgic tunes. Yeah. It's a San Antonio event, so we've got to have music and food, and we love to celebrate.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Colleen. I appreciate it. I'll let you go get some of the boogie on if you want. I'll be doing it as soon as the camera goes off here. We're going to be out through the rest of GMSA talking with some of the people, and there's still time for you to show up, folks. They're going to be out here till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon over here at 6030 Padre. For now, I will go ahead and I will send it back to y'all live over here. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
It's a San Antonio favorite, jamming. Hey baby, ¿qué pasó?
You sing that to your daughter, don't you?
I do. It's her favorite song, Texas Tornadoes with Flaco. Anyway, sorry. Okay, Just an hour ago, a tailgate at the Alamo Dome, it kicked off. It's a game many people have been looking forward to. The UTSA Roadrunners will take on the Texas State Bobcats. The Alamo Dome will be packed with fans from both schools. RJ Marquez breaks down this year's pricing at the Dome if you're on the way there.
And we are expecting more than 40,000 fans that have already bought tickets. But while UTSA wants to break some fan attendance records, one thing that they don't want to do is break your bank account. Well, we did some research to check out the least expensive ticket for Saturday's game. That would be $22 in the 300 section. But if you want to pay more to get to the hundreds, that'll be anywhere from $85 to $113. So what's the price of some concessions this year at UTSA games? We're looking at about $6.50 for a hot dog, $6.50 for a soft drink, and about $8 for nachos. So altogether, if you wanted to get yourself a little bit of food and the least expensive ticket, that'll be about $45 total. Not too bad. Well, what will it take for you to get to the Dome? Via Park and Ride is available for anyone that wants to come, whether it's students or any other UTSA fans. That is $260 for a round trip with 2 different locations available. That would be the Crossroads location and the Brooks location. We spoke to UTSA Athletic Director Lisa Campos about some of the changes that they have done this year to help increase the fan experience.
And for our season ticket holders this year, for the first time, we're going to have a dedicated entry for them. For fans who want like a pre-game experience, a sideline experience, we're selling those. And for those, who don't like the traditional tailgating, but want to do something more for the family, listen to live music, play a lot of family games, kid games, the HE Plaza is the place for those fans.
Now, parking at the Dome, that is limited to people that have UTSA permits. But if you want to park around here, the Convention Center garage, the South Alamo lot, and the Martinez lot on Cesar Chavez, those are all available. Those are city-owned lots. Now, one other thing to note is that students get in for free at UTSA games, so that's a pretty nice perk. Also, keep in mind that the lots here open at 8 o'clock, permit only. That's when the tailgate will start in. So get ready to fire up the grill and ready for some great action. UTSA taking on Texas State at the Alamo Dome. It should be a great atmosphere. Back to you guys.
Now, Sarah, do people have to pack their ponchos if they're going to be tailgating today?
I think if you get a rain shower over the Alamo Dome, it would be very quick.
Okay.
And the main concern for flooding today comes a little bit later. I think potentially more so tomorrow. So there's a lot to talk about, though, because some people already did get rain this morning and have been getting rain. Here's a look at how much rain has fallen early this morning around San Antonio. You can see there are 2 bullseyes, one on the southeast and east side of town and the other on the northwest, which we've actually just got a few flashes of lightning. We'll take a look at that here in just a bit. But if you're out near the East Central High School area earlier this morning, you received easily about 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. But there are some storms already on the northwest side of town. I know we've got a lot of viewers out there on the northwest side of town. Here's where that storm is. As I tilt it to the side, you can see a few flashes of lightning here. Just a reminder that as you're enjoying time outdoors this weekend, when thunder roars, go indoors. Anytime you hear some lightning, that means that lightning is close enough to cause an issue. So right now we're getting some heavy rain from Gray Forest to Cross Mountain. Here's Scenic Loop Road. Beautiful little drive there from Leon Springs down to Gray Forest along Scenic Loop Road, but they're getting a lot of rain. And this is a very highly isolated downpour. Really, honestly, the only downpour in Bexar County at the moment. But where the rain is falling heavy. This is a rainfall rate of about 5 inches an hour. That means that if this storm were to stay right over Gray Forest, it would easily produce 5 inches of rain. Now, it is moving and it's going to continue to move, so we don't expect 5 inches of rain from that shower. But this is a great example of the kind of rain we could see today. Today, there's a 40% chance. So some storms, 90 for the high. Tomorrow, many storms, 70% chance and 84 for the high. So less of a chance today than tomorrow, but still, wherever the rain falls, it could be heavy. It's all because of this cool front currently pushing towards San Antonio, allowing for a few showers and storms. And as I take you through the futurecast, that's what's going to be possible this today around San Antonio. I think higher coverage out to the west, so areas like Rock Springs, Kerrville, Bandera, even Del Rio, you have a higher chance for rain today than those of us in San Antonio, but we'll call it about a 40% chance in the Alamo City. So looking at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, 30% chance for the first part of the day here, 40% chance for the second part of the day, and a high of 90 degrees. I mentioned more coverage tomorrow, so take a look at the futurecast tomorrow. And you can see, even particularly in the morning, I think the morning is coming into clearer picture as the time for higher coverage of the showers and storms for San Antonio. This is a look at around 11 o'clock, and you can really see what I mean. Higher coverage, 70% chance for showers and storms. Now, that being said, there will still be a lot of folks that miss out on good rain. And you can see that here in the potential forecast rainfall totals. There will be some neighborhoods that maybe receive 2, 3, even 5+ inches of rain. Not necessarily in Bandera County, but that's just what this one forecast model says. And then there will be those that miss out entirely on good rainfall. So unfortunately, this really is going to be luck of the draw. If that 5+ inches of rain falls right over San Antonio, that would result in some flooding issues. So we really need to be on alert. Just to recap, some showers today, 40% chance, on and off again storms with more coverage tomorrow at 70% chance. Rainfall amounts, most will get less than this, okay? But there will still be some bullseyes of 5 inches of rain. And if that happens right over San Antonio or any other highly populated area or close to a river, that could very well impact travel, including flash flooding issues. So you need to be on alert this weekend. Go with the KSAT Weather Authority app wherever you're going, enjoying your weekend. Make sure you stay up to date with the forecast. We will send notifications right to your phone. As for next week, it is going to be quieter. We're going to see high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s with relatively low humidity. So hot but dry, but we need this rain. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, right? We need the rainfall because we're in extreme and exceptional drought, but there is the potential for some to get too much rain today, which could result in some flooding. As we often say here in the Weather Authority department, our big droughts sometimes end in big floods, and so we have to keep you posted, and we will throughout the rest of the morning. Stick around because I have more information for you on how you can stay alert throughout the day today.
Download that KSAT Weather Authority app. It is so handy, and I'm always checking it.
It's got a radar right there, and it's even got a future radar, all of that stuff.
Thank you, Sarah. It's 9:23 and 79 degrees. We'll be right back. It's 9:26, 79 degrees. New Texas law bans discussions on gender and orientation in schools. How one local district is handling it. Good morning. It's 9:30 on your Saturday, September 6th.
Good morning.
It's college football.
It is college football, and we've got a big game. UTSA, Texas State here.
Do you have a stake in the game?
No, I do not.
Neither do I.
I'm an Aggie through and through.
We have a pretty good balance here. I know we have a lot of Bobcat alum in our newsroom, but a lot of Roadrunner fans. So.
Absolutely. So whoever you're rooting for today, just know that we're all winners. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
There's winners and losers. It's football.
Will people need an umbrella, sunscreen, ponchos for this tailgate?
It's possible. There could be some more showers in downtown San Antonio, but right now there is a storm in the northwest side of Bexar County that is just kind of stubborn and sitting over the northwest side. This is the kind of rain that we have to be on the lookout for today because this could easily later on cause some issues if we have accumulating rainfall very quickly. Since it's over more rural areas, very hilly areas, we're not really going to see much of an issue with flooding from this particular storm, but we do have some heavy rain right over Cross Mountain, Scenic Loop Road here down to Gray Forest, even some flashes of lightning starting to weaken, starting to move closer to I-10. So if you're on the northwest side of town, in the next 15 minutes or so, might cause some issues there on I-10. Otherwise, we have got some rain out near Austin area and Blanco. Again, this is just an indication we are going to have some active weather this weekend. 40% chance today and tonight. Higher chance for rain tomorrow. Many storms tomorrow. And wherever the rain sets up, there could be some bullseyes of 5+ inches of rain. Most people are not going to see that much rain, but if that bullseye happens over a heavily populated area, that could easily lead to flash flooding and issues on the roads. So what should you do? Stay alert by making sure you have the KSAT Weather Authority app. We will keep you posted. Send in your pictures too on KSAT Connect, which you can find on that app. I'll be back with more radar analysis, show you how much rain has fallen around San Antonio so far and how much rain we can see later. Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. A new Texas law bans teachers and school staffers from discussing gender identity and sexual orientations in K through 12 schools. So this comes from Senate Bill 12, otherwise known as the Parental Rights Law. So some school districts are still trying to figure out how to move forward with this law. They're waiting to get guidance from the Texas Education Agency, but Northeast ISD is moving forward on its own. The district has been working with its legal team to follow these new rules. They've also given staff a script to use when students bring up these topics. The law is being challenged. The ACLU and a group of LGBTQ+ student rights organizations say it violates their rights. They filed a lawsuit to block it, but for now, schools must comply with it. The mourning process is just starting for the Northeast ISD high school community. One of their teachers passed away while having a medical episode Thursday morning. So the teacher was 65-year-old Timothy Kitterman. The district says he taught American Sign Language and won Teacher of the Year back in 2019. The medical examiner has not released how Mr. Kitterman died.
He was absolutely passionate about teaching, about taking care of his students, and was a great friend to his fellow staff members. So it's certainly been a rough couple of days for his school family.
Mr. Kitterman taught at MacArthur High School. NEISD says it's providing counseling for teachers and students at that campus. Immigration raids making news this morning. Nearly 500 workers detained at a Hyundai plant in Georgia. That's the latest single-site raid in Homeland Security history. So dozens more picked up at a food factory in New York, and in Chicago, protesters taking to the streets as the National Guards prepare to move in. Here's ABC's Johnny Fernandez with the latest.
475 workers arrested Friday in what officials call the largest single-site enforcement operation in Homeland Security history. Agents raiding a Hyundai electric vehicle plant west of Savannah, Georgia. The investigation centered on allegations of unlawful employment practices.
This, in fact, was the largest single-site enforcement operation in the history of Homeland Security investigations.
Authorities say most of the detained are South Korean nationals. Hyundai insists none of them are direct employees, but subcontractors. The investigation remains active. No charges have been filed. In New York, a separate raid at a food manufacturing facility near Syracuse. Federal agents detaining more than 40 people.
It was scary, I guess, to say the least. Never thought I'd ever see anything like that happen here.
The company making specialty nutrition bars. The plant's co-owner, Lenny Schmidt, telling ABC affiliate WSYR his employees are legally authorized to work in the U.S., and some have already returned to work. Meanwhile, in Chicago, protesters taking to the streets as the city prepares for a possible federal crackdown this weekend.
We don't need troops. We don't need the National Guard here. We need funds that are going to help us be able to help our communities.
ABC News has learned the Great Lakes Naval Station outside Chicago will be used as DHS's base of operations, with hundreds of DHS officers involved. Johnny Fernandez, ABC News, New York.
All right, can the county or the city put a stop to a controversial development? So we're talking about the proposed Wahalote Ranch, a development near Helotes. The plans call for treated sewage water to be dumped into Helotes Creek, which feeds San Antonio's main water supply, because it would require a wastewater treatment plant. So I spoke with former San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg, who says the city can stop this plan. He says the city and county can stop it by not approving the project as a public improvement district or a PID. So if the county or city don't sign off on the PID, the developer can appeal at the state level, which could take years. Nirenberg believes local leaders not only have the right to deny it, but morally are obligated to do so.
If there is an action that is being requested that would harm the constituents of an elected official, that elected official has an obligation not to go along with it or to support it.
Additionally, if the public improvement district with Bexar County is improved for Wahalote Ranch, the residential, the property owners that would move into that area would have to pay extra taxes to pay for that wastewater treatment facility. Okay, road improvement work along a major east side street. If it sounds like a story you've heard before, you're not wrong. A stretch of North New Braunfels Avenue is now undergoing what the city of San Antonio calls phase 2 of a project that started 4 years ago. But Katrina Weber shows us why some people can't wait for it to all end.
Road work that has traffic zigzagging along North New Braunfels Avenue is having a dizzying effect on Betty Hullaby in her front yard.
Oh, God. I mean, we had just finished over here and now here.
She lives 1 block over from a scene that seems like deja vu. The project by the city of San Antonio is similar to one completed in 2023, improving drainage and rebuilding sidewalks there. Hullaby says it also has traffic detouring past her home.
These cars, they don't stop. You know, the stop signs are there and everybody's in a hurry.
While cars may speed down her street, business has slowed down over on the avenue.
You know, there's other shops in the area that maybe they might stop in, you know, in lieu of having to, you know, go through a maze.
Roger Vargas manages Rodriguez Puentes Auto Shop and says he's seen a drop-off in drive-in customers. So has the restaurant across the street, also owned by his boss.
You've got to make a right turn or a left turn and then go up a few blocks before you can even, you know, make the turnaround.
He says concrete medians being installed in some sections add to the headaches. While this may seem like one non-ending construction project to some, the city says this is actually a whole new phase. Phase 1 2 years ago started here at Houston Street and went north to Burleson. This now is phase 2, starting here in Houston and going south about 5 blocks all the way to Paso Hondo.
I hope they finish soon because this is maddening.
Hullaby says even though the goal is a better future, she can't wait until the work is in the past. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Great story, Katrina. Thank you. It's 9:39, 79 degrees. Coming up, we're going to introduce you to this little girl who's just a ray of sunshine. Her name is Rhea, and she's doing things that she never thought she could do, and it's all thanks to a local nonprofit. We're going to stick around to see this story. It's definitely going to make you smile.
And we are looking at some rain early this morning. We've had some rain, especially on the northwest side of town and on the east side near East Central High School. What about the rest of the weekend? There's a risk for some flooding. I'll have details coming up.
Right now, the World Heritage Festival is in full swing, celebrating San Antonio's historic missions. This morning, cyclists were able to hit the trails to tour all the missions, kicking off a full day of events. That's where we find our Devin Karp there live. Devin, looks like you have some dancers behind you.
Now the adults. Let's welcome the adults.
Yeah, we got some good folklorico dancers that are getting ready. They just finished up one routine. We're about to see the next group come through. But as you can see, by the way, pretty nice crowd that's still here after everything going on this morning. They are going to be out here and still having bicyclists coming back from their rides, checking out all of the San Antonio missions here. And now this is what the finish line looks like, folks. We're over here at the Missions Pavilion Park. Check it out. Look at them go. So we know everyone's going to be here till about 1 o'clock or so this afternoon. But the way the World Heritage Festival is working, that people are getting historic tours of the missions from the National Park Service as well, along with this being put on by the city too. And for the rest of today and tomorrow, you can still go get some of those tours at the missions themselves. This event, though, here is going to be going on here today until about 1 o'clock this afternoon, with plenty of vendors and food trucks outside, not to mention more dancing and events scheduled like this throughout the rest of the day. Look at that. How you guys feeling back at the studio? You feeling like you got a little boogie in you? You ready to dance, Sarah and Sarah?
Well, Devin, that's the Guadalupe Arts Dance Group Center. I actually interviewed them yesterday. They are so talented. They have a great event happening later this month for Hispanic Heritage Month, so keep with us on that one. All right, thanks, Devin. Okay, needing a walker to walk but able to skate. It's a reality for some San Antonio kids, thanks to a local nonprofit that makes skateboarding possible for those of all abilities. I spoke with the creators of Ability Skateboarding and a teen who is benefiting from their adaptable skateboards.
1, 2, 3, muscles. Both in.
I was like, this is
so cool. I can't believe I have never tried this before.
15-year-old Rhea Edison's smile is contagious. And if it's possible, her smile gets even bigger when she is flying on a skateboard. Whoa! Rhea was born with spina bifida. That affects her mobility, which is why she uses a walker or wheelchair for long distances. But it has never affected her mindset.
And you can stand on the board.
And even after 15 surgeries, she has always stayed active and powered through with a smile. It's why her mom says they were so excited to work with Ability Skateboarding.
The doctor said, like, from day one, like, she could do anything a child without spina bifida could do, so we ran with it. So when Andrew came to us and said, let's do trial skateboard, I was like, let's go for it. And Rayo, she tried it and loved it.
I'm gonna ret you up a little bit more, but I'm gonna get these on first.
Andrew Garcia and his team created the nonprofit Ability Skateboarding, where they make adaptable skateboards for kids with mobility issues. What inspired you to create this nonprofit, to create these opportunities for people like Rhea?
I saw a big void in services for action sports, including skateboarding.
And in just 2 years, they have helped 300 San Antonio kids try skateboarding for the first time through their adaptive skateboards and have reached 600 kids nationwide.
No kid will be left out. You bring your child, any diagnosis, Andrew and the team will make a way and let them enjoy skateboarding.
And when they don't have something that works, they will build one, like this one.
There's only like 3 of these in the world.
3 of these in the world. She hopes that if other kids see her skateboarding, they'll get inspired to grind too. Sarah Acosta, KSAT 12 News.
I love that. She got to grind and she goes, that was awesome.
Precious. I mean, contagious, puts you in an automatic good mood. I love doing this story. And they're just doing great things out there.
That's awesome. You know, Sarah, we've got to prepare people for the potential for rain this weekend. Okay. In fact, we've already had rain, and we're having rain on the northwest side of town. If you're watching us along I-10, north of 1604, here's what you got. We've got one thunder shower right over that area. Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar, and you can see that shower right there on the northwest side of town, right near Leon Springs. That's where we're getting the heavy rain. This is crossing I-10 into the Dominion and into the Rim area. You can see it's very isolated, right? There's no other rain really around San Antonio, but Scenic Oaks down to Gray Forest, down to the Rim, and even UTSA. A few flashes of lightning, and this storm has already produced in some cases an inch of rain. The rain is coming down heavy with this rain shower, and you can see when I turn on the rain rate that anywhere we've got these purples, what we're looking at here is about 5 inches of rain an hour. That means that if this storm were to just sit for an hour, it would produce 4 to 5 inches of rain. So thankfully it's moving, but as it's moving over I-10 there, it's definitely going to cause a headache for folks on the northwest side of town. So if you were planning on leaving within the next 15 minutes, I would wait maybe for the next 20 minutes if you'd rather not deal with this shower there. But this is a great example of the kind of rain that we could see this weekend. Particularly today, there's a 40% chance for some rain. Tomorrow, a higher percent chance, 70%. But there will be those that get rain and those that miss out on the rain. If you'll excuse me, I think my microphone fell, so I'm going to do like the cool kids do on TikTok and hold my mic like this because it fell. But you can see that there are some folks here who are going to end up getting, in some cases around South Central Texas, 5+ inches of rain, but there will be others that miss out completely. So there will be the haves and the have-nots when it comes to rainfall. So don't expect for everyone to get rain, but there will be some bullseyes of 5+ inches of rainfall. And if that happens over San Antonio or a highly populated area, that's going to result in some flash flooding. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm holding my mic like this because it fell, and that's live television. So one thing you can keep in mind, though, is that we have an action to take would be to stay alert. Make sure you have the KSAT Weather Authority app handy. In fact, I am going to be doing an appcast, which means I'm going to be live from the app at 10:15 this morning. I'd love for you to join us on that app. We'll spend a longer time talking about the forecast. But the reason why we have our rain chance is because of this front that is moving across central Texas. And as we take a look at the futurecast for the day today, very spotty, about 40% chance. So just rain for some with higher rain chances out to the west. But watch what happens as we go into the day tomorrow. Tomorrow we see higher coverage of the showers and storms, particularly in the morning. You can see that here on the futurecast. So I'll be back tomorrow morning, probably with a lot more on the radar to talk about. Check in with us before you head out to that mass or that church service early tomorrow, because by the evening things will be clearing for us. So if there's one thing I can get across, it's that we'll have some storms today, 40%, high of 90. Many storms tomorrow, 70%, high of 84. Just to go through your KSAT 12-hour forecast, we'll have a high temperature of 90 and a 40% coverage of those showers and storms in the afternoon and early evening. And then highs today across the state, it's only going to be in the 70s because they're through that front. Meanwhile, 103 in Laredo and 90 here in San Antonio. So again, I do see all the cool kids on the TikTok hold the mic like this. On the TikTok.
Look at you.
Hey, okay, but we'll keep you posted. Again, if you don't have the KSAT Weather Authority app, download it. I'll be live there from 10:15 and at 10:15 this morning, just to give a recap of all of the potential for some flooding there around San Antonio. So thanks for joining me on this TikTok weather forecast.
I had to be cool too. I felt really left out. Maybe we can convince our news director to let us do our shows like this from now on.
Just a little distracting. I'm going to guess it's a no.
Probably a no. All right. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's 9:52, 79 degrees. Let's take a look outside with Trans Guide. Let me put this mic back on, start behaving myself. Not seeing any issues out on the roads right now, but I will maybe anticipate some backups along 37 southbound, especially around the Alamo Dome. Kickoff for the UTSA and Texas State game is at 2:30, so probably between 11 and 2, you're going to see some backups in that area, so just prepare for that, and if any big incidents happen, we will let you know about it. Okay, we're talking about our latest community food bank story. If you are looking, it is Hunger Awareness Month, and the food bank is partnering with RBFCU. If you have any non-perishable donations, you can take a look on your screen. These are all the RBFCU locations that are taking those donations. You can just drop off any of them at these locations, and you can find a list of all the goods they're taking. Just head to our website, ksat.com. This is happening throughout the end of September. It's 9:56 and 79 degrees. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, we do have some heavy rain falling right over I-10 there on the northwest side of town. So Leon Springs, Scenic Oaks, Fair Oaks Ranch area, all getting some good rainfall. Today there's a 40% chance for some storms. Tomorrow, many storms, 70% chance, and a high tomorrow of only 84. As we take a look at the pollen count, fall elm is high today. It leads the pack. Molds are moderate, ragweed and pigweed are low. Now again, there is the risk for some flooding this weekend, so we will keep everybody posted. In fact, I'm going to be live from the KSAT Weather Authority app at 10:15 to give you an in-depth breakdown of the rain chances in case you missed our forecast earlier.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Go Bobcats, go Roadrunners. Hey, don't go anywhere because Texas Eats is next, or you can hop on the stream that Sarah's about to start.
10:15.
See you guys later.